Okay, we're going to introduce Shine to a spray bottle, which is really scaring the daylights out of her. And it's taken a minute for her to get this close and just look at it and kind of not be freaking out. So when you approach them, one thing you got to remember is horses are prey animals. Prey animals feel like they taste good and everything wants to eat them. And so they're always afraid of things approaching them. So to help her get past that, we're going to have her follow the spray bottle. When something's retreating, she's the pursuer. It's not nearly as scary. So pretty wary. And we're just going to have her follow the bottle. She's actually even semi-curious. There, I just upped it. I made it make a little sound, so that got her attention. So we're just going to keep following it. I don't know if you can tell, but it feels to me like she's getting closer and closer. Now, if I move to her, let's see if she's feeling a little better about it. Feeling a lot better about it. We'll do a little more of that. As long as I keep her feet going and don't let her brace up and get worried, this is going to be much easier. And she's close to within a foot of it, and she's actually reached for it right there. So scary things are not nearly as scary when they're running away from you. She's curious now, more than frightened. Cautious for sure, but more curious. See how she's willing to come into me right there? That's pretty dang close that she initiated that movement towards it. So she's not like this thing is going to come at me and eat me. This is a weird thing. It just keeps moving away from me. She can't understand. She thinks everyone loves her. Why would you leave? And now if I move it towards her, it's going to be maybe a little different. Good. See, she's a little more wary than when she approached it. So that's a really important point. We need her to approach the bottle. Now we could, just run up and start spraying her and get today's spray in and no worries. There she actually touched it because she came to it. But I'd rather have a long-term fix rather than we got her sprayed today. And that goes to the heart of all this stuff. Why not do things that change how they think and feel and perceive things versus forcing it down their throat, creating resentment and just some general fear, anxiety, all that fun stuff. So she's pretty chill with this thing right now. Here come the interlopers across the pasture. Who knew spray bottle would be so popular? Okay, so now I moved it behind her eye. That's a different view. That's where a predator would probably come from behind or the side. So we'll have her chase it again. And she's trying to block it from going behind her. I don't know if you can see that. But magically, we ended up behind her. Now she's like, hold on a second. And she's definitely more wary of things out of her left eye versus her right eye. So let's try it in the easy eye next and see what happens. Way different story out of this eye. Yeah, she moved her feet, but way less concern. She's kind of wondering why this thing went right on by her and didn't stop or do anything. Like, how can that be? It didn't attack me, it didn't do anything, and it went right past vulnerable areas. She's kind of thinking that's strange. So let's let her think about that for just a second. There she's coming down. We're just going to do it again. Remember that it's better to do smaller bits and take your time versus try to do it all at once. She's still a little wary. So what we just did was I walked by her, so I was moving and she didn't feel like chasing me. But she's allowed to come over and have a sniff. So I didn't keep her following me. She got the chance to stop walking, relax, and then this didn't move toward her but past her. The next move will be to kind of come in closer, kind of like this. She's not real worried about that. So now let's walk by her with a little noise again. So I have her attention again. I'm just going to go right on by. Okay, there's some resistance. Now I think she's more curious than worried. And it'd be nice if she even felt some of this. This is just water. If she felt some of the spray, so that didn't startle her. And then we go to the next move. So I'm going to just keep going around her. And she wants to keep an eye on me on this side. The other side, she didn't really care. Eventually, she's going to stop moving her feet because it's a lot of work to keep following this thing. Like that. So there, she's like, yeah, I don't know if that's worth it. It's not really doing a mod. And, you know. So I upped my frequency of spraying, so we're going to do the same thing. Switch eyes here. I can get this thing. So she'll do the same thing over here. She's going to follow it for a while. And she quit moving her feet, and I'm spraying even quicker. There's some mist on her nose. She's like, dude, that's only water. You had me fooled. And she doesn't really care. I mean, she doesn't love it, but. So I'm spraying her nose right now, and she's kind of going, well, should I care? Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. Caring seems like a lot of work. Caring is a lot of work. It's just in this case, caring isn't worth the work. So I'm on her bad side. And this is a vulnerable place because she can't really see right under her neck. So we're going to have her follow again. She's a little bothered. When you hit resistance, just back up a step. So if A was good, B was good, C was good, D, you start getting resistance, go back to B or C. I don't know if you can see, but I'm spraying her face right now. And she's not terribly worried about it. Sorry about all that. I just soaked her face, I should say. So we've gone from being scared of this thing even being in the pen to being concerned when I hold it, to being concerned when I move with it, to now I just sprayed her face. So we'll see. I'm tempted to stop there, but she has a little owie that we want to put a little spray on. So I'll see if I can go a little further. There we're on her shoulder, on her back, on the front. And this is her even better eye. So there's the fly that I really want to get off her if I could. Oh. So we'll back up, back to following. The fly went to my ear, great. Okay, she's backed up. We're just going to go to following. Now we just moved it to the closer hand, so that's a different look, which is a little more scary. Her nose is all wet. So, try again here. Wind's kind of blowing it away. So I'm just going to let her think about that. Was that really worth having a startle and moving my feet? Apparently she thinks so. This is odd because this is her good side. So the other lesson in this is I should have quit while I was ahead. Not a bad thought. So back on it. Back on re-soaking her nose. No worries. Back on, soak this side just a little bit. There's a step back, so I'm going to have her chase for a sec. There's a lick and a chew, so she's not freaked. She's just wary. There's her neck. There's her shoulder. There's her chest. She was starting to take a step. I quit. Okay, so we got both sides, head, nose, shoulder, neck, shoulder, all, whole front end of her done. And that took 5-10 minutes. So go slow, go at the horse's pace. If they give you resistance, back up a step or two and then reintroduce it, because they don't just go, oh, that's a great idea. I'm so glad you brought that up. I didn't think of it like that. They need to get really comfortable with new thoughts, new things, new procedures, everything. So let them adjust, let them settle in, and it'll be easy.